And we'll start with Ben Bulch, LA Times.
Good morning, Coach Skipper.
Good morning, Ben. How you doing, man?
Excellent. Thank you very much. A little bit of a similar challenge to a couple of weeks ago, right? I mean, I know it's a different team and a different stadium, but flying across the country to play one of the top teams in the nation at a really big stadium with a lot of people. Was there anything from that Indiana game that you took away from it that can help you going into this similar challenge Saturday against Ohio State?
It's always going to come back to us just doing what we're supposed to do. The big message from that game to this one will just be starting fast. That basically was our last road game. So when we get back on the road, we want to make sure we put a big time emphasis on starting fast. That's going to be the big thing. But we have to take care of us. We can't worry about who we're playing, things like that. Control the controllables, and we can control what we do. So that's going to be our focus.
And then one other thing, believe the last 3 weeks you haven't gotten a sack. What have you seen there from the ability to get pressure on the quarterback and what needs to kind of improve there?
Yeah, it's always a thing, right? And then sometimes we're dropping into coverage and things like that and playing coverage and trying to just bull rush and keep quarterbacks in the pocket and things like that. It's all a combination of things. And then it always comes down to winning your one-on-ones, right? You got to win your one-on-one, each individual battle, and to get to the QB. We're doing some spy stuff in certain games also. So it just all has to work all together. There's always different challenges. Sometimes we're playing teams that have this their slide in the front, so we have to read the slide and then counter the slide. So there's a lot of different factors that go into it, but we'll keep doing what we're doing. Just try to keep getting better and try to apply some pressure to quarterbacks.
Ben Royer, SoCal News Group.
Hi, Coach Skipper. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Ben. How you doing?
Good. You've answered a lot of questions about Nico over the last month and a half plus, but I'm kind of curious for you, through your coaching experience, have you seen a guy like Nico, who, takes the hits but makes plays by himself and continues to go forward no matter what the circumstances of the game are? It seems like he's special in that way, potentially.
Yeah, I'll say this. You see quarterbacks that can run and everything like that, and they're usually thicker, muscled up guys. Nico's the first like tall, skinny dude that I know that like will lower the pads on you and is not afraid. And he's going to always be going forward and getting yards and things like that. And I mean, he's got little skinny legs and little skinny arms, but has no fear at all.
Let's go to Connor Dollinger, Daily Bruin.
Good morning, Coach Gibber.
Good morning.
Now that we're 48 hours kind of out away from the Nebraska game, what are some things that you liked from the game that you kind of hoping to implement going into Columbus?
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of good things. We were able to run the ball. If you look statistically, the stats were like dead even, like total yards, rush yards, pass yards, turnovers. Both teams had zero turnovers. Time of possession was dead on 30-30. I've never seen that before. I've never been a part of that. I mean, it was dead on 30-30. So we did a lot of really, really good things. The thing that got us that got us beat is how it all started. Their three possessions, they went ahead and punched them in and got TDs. We went punt, TD. They stopped us on fourth down, then we missed the field goal. And I think those first four possessions, three for them, was the difference in the game. Second half, we settled down. We started playing a lot better, and just basically ran out of time. We couldn't get the ball back at the end. But if we start better, I think, and faster, I think the game would have went our way. But unfortunately, it didn't. It reminds me a ton of the Northwestern game. Same kind of thing. We started a little slow. It was after a bye, and then we got going. So have to figure that out as far as coming off of buys and starting fast. But that's kind of my take on the game.
Tracy Pearson, Bruin Report Online.
Hey there, Coach Skip.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. So defensively, last two games have been kind of mixed defensively for you. What are some of the main points of emphasis you think for this defense to get better and then to match up against Ohio State?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have to stop the run. You're going to have to do that. And stopping the run is keeping your gaps and tackling. And in this last game, they gave us some extra O lineman looks in there. They had extra tackle in there, and it took us a while to get adjusted to it. So we're just going to have to play fast. We're going to have to be ready to go. We're going to have to be ready to see any kind of new formations and things they give us and not let it just throw us out and emotionally hijack us. We have to just settle down, play ball, go back to the fundamentals, and then stop the run and fit the run. And then we need to create more third and longs. Like we're not getting the third and longs. We're getting the third and shorts when it's third down, and it's hard to live that way. So we're gonna have to win first and second down, create some third and longs, and then we can go to work.
Now, you were talking about Nico, skinny arms and skinny legs, and when he starts scrambling, do you like cringe a little sometimes when you're seeing him out there in open field, maybe being pretty vulnerable? I mean, he looks the way he runs, he's very, very tough, obviously, but
Yeah.
sometimes you're not like worried about injury.
I mean, you could worry about injury all game for every one of the players if you wanted to. But with him, he's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he wants the ball in his hands. Like he wants that. And I think the contact helps him settle down. Obviously, as your starting quarterback, you don't want him taking big hits and things like that. But if they're going to give him running lanes, he might as well take them. I kid with him all the time. I say, man, every now and then you might want to slide a little bit. But, when you have a natural runner like he is, you kind of just let them go do their thing.
Back to Ben Bulch.
Wanted to follow up on Garrett DeGiorgio went out. I can't remember if he came back. I just want to know what his status is and what does the offensive line need to do to kind of help the run game get going a little bit more besides Nico?
So Garrett spasmed up to where he was like struggling to walk at the game. And then he did not return. He didn't come back into the game. And then I saw him yesterday. He was walking a lot better. So today's a heavy treatment day, as you know, and we'll see where it goes and progresses tomorrow. But we're gonna let him do all the stuff he needs to do today, and hopefully we can get him out there tomorrow. But we'll see tomorrow how he's feeling and doing. What was the other part of your question? Did you ask me about the
Run
O-line?
game. How can the offensive line help the run game?
Yeah, yeah. So, sticking to our blocks would be the main thing I would say. Like we're getting up to where we need to be, just controlling who we're blocking. This Nebraska game, they did a lot of stimming. So they stemmed pre-snap to try to mess with our points and all our stuff and our aiming points on who we're blocking and things like that. So we just can't let all that type of stuff mess with us. We have to stay on our tracks and the ball carriers stay tight to the blocks and just 10 guys blocking so one can run. That's the bottom line of what we're doing.
Benjamin Royer.
It's a loaded question because of the type of team Ohio State is, but what have you seen from them in early film preparation and what makes them such a talented roster?
Hmm. I will say this. They have a lot of big time players. And the most impressive thing is they're playing complementary football and playing as a team. I mean, it's good to see that can still happen. Their offense, defense, special teams, it's all tied into each other. The offense is ball controlling, getting the defense off the field, and the defense is getting the ball back for the offense, and the special teams is getting out there and making a difference. Like it is good to just see team ball happening. So we'll have to have a good plan. We'll go up there. We're gonna have to be ready to go. It's gonna take everybody on the trip, every single person, whether you playing or coaching, to come up with a good plan. And by the time kickoff hits, to be ready to go.
And then lastly for you, Coach, from me, since you took over, you haven't had to deal with back-to-back losses like this. What is the conversation going on with the team right now, trying to get their spirits up, knowing that you do have a big battle coming up against a very good team?
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that back to back. You're the first person to hit me with that. But that's not going to be the message. The message is getting back to the basics and doing what we're supposed to do. Starting fast is the first part of it. And then secondly, just finishing plays when we're out there. Like just finish. Finish, finish, finish. I know y'all heard me talk about strain a lot, but that's football to me. And we're going to need to strain to finish for 4 quarters every single play. Every single play has a life and history of its own, and we're going to have to live by that. I mean, we have to strain. It's what it is.
Connor.
Yeah, kind of just building on what you just said. We always preach, starting out fast. What are maybe some things you say in the moment or do to, maybe when you're not starting out fast to maybe settle everyone down and get back into that?
Yeah, you just remind everybody, hey, we got to get going. We got to go. But to me, all that is set, all that tone set during practice. Like how we practice is all about starting fast and things like that. And you're wanting it to carry over into the game. We need to just take care of what we need to do. We need to strain and we need to finish plays. If we do that, we'll be all right. But the conversation is just like, just get going. Just remember to strain, remember to finish, concentrate on the fundamentals. concentrate and execute on every single call that we make. Like all those things are tied in together.
And looks like we'll wrap up here with Ben Bulch again.
Just wanted to ask, you talked about if you didn't sense guys with kind of juice you wanted, you would make them restart stuff. Have you had to do that yet?
Haven't had to do that. In fact, our last week's practice was really, really good. There was a lot of energy. Guys were flying around. Like, I mean, there was no indication of guys not wanting to play or practice or anything like that. We just came out the gates and they came out the gates better than us. That's the main thing, and you give them credit for that. And we'll get back to work this week, and hopefully we can start faster this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time.
All right. Appreciate y'all.